Chapter 23 Subtle Science of Eating. The Dada says, whatever molecules were in one's body at the age of 10 years would no longer be found in the body when one turns 25, for example. Old molecules keep disintegrating and new ones keep integrating. This process of integration and disintegration continues throughout life. Filling and emptying. The Dada says, I ask doctors, why do nails grow? Doctors answer, it is due to the calcium. The Dada says, actually, it is not so. It is an emptying out process. With imbibing of food, the useful portion goes as input in growth and recoupment of bones on one hand, while on the other hand, the unwarranted material of worn-out cells gets discarded in the form of nails, hair, etc. What is left unimbibed by the body gets discharged out by natural law. The same way, all molecules in the body keep getting integrated and disintegrated as an ongoing process of input and output. Subtle science of food intake. The Dada has revealed the subtle fundamental principle about intake of food and explained it scientifically. The Dada says, once I asked a person who was a doctor, Sir, you keep telling the patients to eat this and that during their medical treatment. No doubt your recommendation about food is helpful, but what is the reason behind people having an inclination for the specific food? Please tell me the reason at its core. Now you will go home. You will have your dinner, served with vegetables of eggplant, bitter gourd, or whatever that might be seasoned in a specific way. Did you convey all these instructions to the cook, or did it happen itself? He replied that it happens on its own. The Dada further asks, did anyone guide you to buy certain vegetables today? Then how does it happen? Then how does the person buying the vegetables come to know that this specific vegetable is required for today's dinner? Even the buyer doesn't know who is running all these arrangements. People only egotistically think that I bought this and I ate that. Everyone eats or drinks, but what is the root cause behind all this? Did anyone do research on it? Should we not find out the underlying root causes behind all this? The person said, yes, we should know, but one doesn't have the knowledge or power of understanding such subtleties. The Dada says, I'll explain it to you. Even the doctors don't know what is the root cause behind certain food reaching the person at a certain time and place. If I reveal it, then the whole world will get amazed. You know that even if you may not want certain food items, yet you get it served on certain occasions. There is no escape, isn't it so? All this is organized so well, and if the whole subtle science about this gets revealed, then first of all doctors will go crazy, then all the patients too. So I cannot open these entirely, but can reveal something, say up to 10% or so. The Dada says, while taking a meal, do you know what you will eat and what you will leave uneaten? And how much will you leave? Could you know about it beforehand? You see, whatever items are there outside, for instance, chickpeas, there are too many atoms in it. And when the subtle body atoms corresponding to the chickpea atoms are charged inside the body by way of desire, only the chickpea food item gets attracted and comes to you later on. First, those atoms surface in the body. Then, you or your life partner feels like buying that particular item and goes to the supermarket to buy it. And on that day, the chickpeas item would reach in your meals. This is all so exact that the underlying atoms so charged pop up in the body, and only then you can eat those. And in proportion to those atoms so charged you have inside, only that much amount of that specific item you can eat. You consume that much gross atoms of the food from outside to the extent that correspondingly charged subtle atoms are lying in your body and have manifested. Here, charged subtle atoms attract gross atoms of the respective item. In fact, your present action of eating is merely a manifestation of the underlying subtle cause of atoms so charged and surfaced, but you only egotistically believe that I am eating as I wish. Whatever kind and extent of atoms correspondingly charged are not lying within one, the particular item will be left uneaten in that much amount. And if certain atoms for a specific item charged to a higher extent are lying in one's body, one will tend to ask for more of that particular food item. So, I ask doctors, you can predict what you will eat today, provided you watch the kind of atoms manifesting within and prompting you to feel the urge to eat that particular item. The inner atom pops up first, and there, upon the respective gross eatables, reach to your plate from outside in natural course. Firstly, the inner subtle part manifests within, and then the respective gross item comes to one from outside. Such is this wonderful mechanism of orderly nature. This is indeed a subtle science to understand. The inner atoms attract the respective food. Dada explains about food that first the correspondingly charged atoms pop up within one, and then only one can consume that food in a quantity, that too in line with the intensity of correspondingly charged inner atoms. Not more beyond that. Dada shares an experience in this regard. He says, once I was traveling by train. After taking some rest, I saw a hawker selling water chestnuts coming towards me. In those days, I liked water chestnuts, although I was lying down on the berth and taking a rest. I turned back, and then I saw that hawker coming. I asked him to give me some water chestnuts. He asked, how much? I didn't know the price of it, so I told him, please just give me 10 cents worth. Then the seller told, sir, you cannot buy it for 10 paise cent. I then told him, whatever it is, give me 5 to 7 water chestnuts. I will pay you, be it 1 rupee. He then sold it to me for 50 paise, half a rupee. I then realized that I had made a mistake, because I wanted to eat just 2. What shall I do with the rest of the water chestnuts? Whatever was left, I shared it with the kids in the compartment. But then I contemplated upon this incident. What was the root cause behind coming of the water chestnuts to me? Nowadays, I don't feel like eating it. But at that moment, I saw my inner atoms popping up for water chestnuts, and then I got them and could eat a few. Dada says, I found that this was the result of the wishes cherished in my past birth. There were correspondingly charged atoms lying within me, and now, as a result, discharge, the respective item comes to me attracted. And that is why, even if I did not need to eat, it still came for me. Such is this science that the inner atoms attract the food, but the fellow egotistically thinks, I ate this, I drank that. Dadaji shares another incident. Once we were going to some place, but mistakenly we happened to take a different route. On realizing this mistake, I noticed the change in route. So I asked myself, why did the route get changed? Going ahead, on the route, I saw the atoms of radish popping up within me. And within a short time, I saw the radish being sold on the way. Because we took a different road, we found the radish being sold on the side of the road. Had we taken the usual road, then I wouldn't have seen the radish. So the inner atoms attracted the radish outside, and I found out what is that within me who is asking for it. Who submitted the tender? Who approved it? I got to understand that this tender was submitted in a past birth, and in this birth you approve it or not, but it has to materialize. While raising the tender, one doesn't pay attention, and when it materializes later on, in the next life, one has to compulsorily consume whether one likes it or not at this time. One may wonder why it came to me. So all this is a very interesting, subtle science of eating, pushing and pulling of food by inner atoms. A fellow asked the Dadaji, I keep traveling to various places, and hence the kind of food always varies a lot. Is it really so systematically coded within that I shall get which kind of food and when? Dadaji explains, yes, whatever is coded inside, accordingly one receives the kind of food, and that too at a particular place. Sometimes you decide to go to a certain restaurant, but it doesn't happen, and you end up going to a different restaurant. The science of atoms is so exact. That is why everything occurs in total precision. And if you get constipation afterwards, that has nothing to do with the play of intake of food atoms, as I explained. Sometimes one may end up overeating as well. People end up taking excess food even if they don't want to. They can't help it. Doesn't it happen? And yet they unnecessarily say egotistically, I ate this and I ate that. Dadaji says, I briefly disclosed to you the inner science of eating. Now it's up to you to understand it in its true depth. How much more do I need to explain it to a person like you with a scientific outlook? See, even if you don't like sweet potatoes, why does it land on your plate sometimes? This happens because the correspondingly charged atoms for sweet potatoes were lying within you, and that is why it is attracted to you. That fellow says, but I like sweet potatoes so much. So does it mean that too many atoms related to it are lying within me? Dadaji says it doesn't matter what you like or not, and to what an extent. You are basically of a nature of pure consciousness, totally distinct from the atoms and their interplay, which is of a nature of pull and push, charge and discharge, hence of a fleeting nature, unlike the eternity of the soul within. This is all like a bank account, having a flow of credits and debits. Your own account may get closed, but not the whole banking system, right? What about liking or disliking certain food? When inner atoms attract it, one says, I liked it. And when they do not attract it, then one would say, I didn't like it. In a dish of mixed fritters, there are pieces made of different vegetables. And if you pick up a specific type of fritter, I know that your inner atoms attract that particular item. But you egotistically say, I like it. It is nothing but attraction of inner atoms corresponding charged within one. That's it. Whatever atoms are charged for within that particular food item one eats or drinks. I give you a hint. I hope you understand it. This is a great science to know. How long will you keep busy contemplating on inconsistent hypotheses without knowing the core fundamentals? The subtle atoms charged about your particular kind of food, medicines, and everything are already contained within your body, and the orderly nature supplies everyone accordingly at that time and place as appropriate for everyone. Atoms of medicine pop up first in the body, then the outer gross medicine comes to you. The world is so orderly, it doesn't go baseless. Oblivious of the fundamentals behind all of this working, the fellow just feels the ego of doing or not doing this or that. Jai Satchidanand.